Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Um, Today, I'm noticing the trend this week seems to be everything on burdens and then bearing brunts, etc. I don't know what will follow in the coming days, but today, let's understand what does it mean about fair distribution of the brunt. That is the chakra we know about. So that is actually an empowered step in the right direction when we decide to let go of all the brunt that we are wearing. So today, before I begin, I'd like to ask, I'd like you to think about someone you know. Perhaps it's you, right? Have you ever noticed how in almost every family, every workplace, every circle of friends, there seems to be that one person who quietly becomes the go-to person, right? When something goes wrong, they are the first, who are contacted. When there is a disagreement, they are expected to sort it out. When someone is unwell, so the whole schedule is rearranged so that you or whoever it is the one who can be available for that person. When emotions run very high, they become the emotional cushion for everyone. Nobody sat down and said, "Congratulations. From today onwards, you are responsible for carrying everyone else's burdens." And yet, somehow it happened. Maybe it happened because they were dependable. Maybe because they loved deeply. Maybe because they didn't know how to say no. Now, if you see a reflection of yourself in any of these statements, think about it, right? And I'm just saying they. Going further, maybe because they loved deeply, or maybe because every time they carried someone else's burden, they received appreciation. You're so strong. We don't know what we do without you. Only you can handle this. Do these statements sound familiar? At first, these words feel very comforting. Then, without realizing it, they become an identity. You no longer feel strong unless you're carrying something heavy. You no longer feel needed unless you're solving someone else's problem. You no longer feel valuable unless you're sacrificing something of yourself. And slowly, responsibility becomes burden. Kindness becomes obligation. Compassion becomes exhaustion. What's even more fascinating is that this doesn't happen only in our relationships. It quietly enters our spiritual journey as well. Many beautiful people, beautiful souls begin believing, if life is difficult, I must be growing. If I'm suffering, I must be becoming stronger. If my journey feels heavy, perhaps this is what spirituality or the masters or the universe demand. But does it? Think for a moment. Just pause. And I say my favorite, metaphor has always been nature. Does the sunrise struggle to become beautiful? Does a flower force itself to bloom? Does a bird earn the right to fly by carrying stones? Nature grows without resistance. It evolves without providing anything. It just evolves. Perhaps consciousness has been trying to teach us the same lesson all along. Strength is not measured by how much pain you endure. Strength is measured by how consciously you choose your path. There is a profound difference between carrying your responsibilities and carrying everyone's responsibilities. There is a profound difference between serving and silently suffering. So today, we are not learning to become stronger. You're already strong. We are learning something much wiser. We are learning to recognize what truly belongs to us and what never did. That's what we have to recognize today. Because every time we carry another person's lessons for too long, we unintentionally interrupt their growth while delaying our own peace. And I can say this as a very practical example for a lot of Indian parents. I won't just say mothers. They keep on doing things for their children through their ages of 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, and so on. Because we keep trying to cushion them and in the process bearing the brunt ourselves. But what are we doing with this? We unintentionally interrupt their growth while delaying our own peace. Haven't you heard, or maybe ask yourself, they don't do it, so what do I do? Someone has to do it. No. You still don't send your children alone at 30s or 40s or wonder how they'll manage, how will they manage it, how will they do it. I'm not taking any other example, I'm just taking this one example. And if you don't feel like cooking or if you have to go out somewhere, you'll get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to make sure that everything is cooked or done. Everything is done, neat, tidy, done and dusted before you leave home. Why? They can do it. And when it comes to it, they will do it. But we don't allow it. So, fair redistribution is not rejection. It's not indifference. It's not selfishness. It is consciousness restoring divine order. Because everyone has to learn through their own experiences. Everyone. Every soul deserves the dignity of discovering its own strengths. And every heart deserves permission to rest. So today, allow yourself to put down the invisible burdens you have been carrying for far too long. You know your burdens. You know what else that is being heavy on you, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, socially, sexually, in any form. So allow yourself to put down those invisible burdens, not with anger, not with guilt, but with love, with trust. Trust in who? Trust in yourself. So put it down with a no. Take it with love, with trust, and with grace. Yeah? So now allow your eyes to close gently. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Ease out the complete tension that you are holding on in your body wherever it is. Let your hands become soft and absolutely loose. Bring your awareness now to your breath. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. Feel fresh life entering every cell of your body. Hold gently and now exhale, allowing every unnecessary burden to leave your body. Again, breathe in, welcoming peace. Pause. Breathe out, releasing silent expectations. One more time. Breathe in deeply, receiving higher consciousness. Hold. Exhale, allowing balance to return. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Return to normal breathing. Imagine yourself standing beneath a beautiful golden light. This light carries no judgment, no expectation, only unconditional love as this light gently surrounds you. And as it surrounds you, it begins dissolving invisible weights from your shoulders. The weights of expectations, the guilt, the pressure, the silent promises you made long ago that you would always be the one to carry everything. Allow these burdens, these weights to melt away with every breath, and with each breath you become lighter, more peaceful, more present. And now, invoke your healing masters, healing guides, healing angels, your higher consciousness, radical consciousness, love consciousness, prosperity consciousness, your teachers, mentors, gurus, and guides. Seek their grace, seek their blessings, seek their guidance, seek their partnership as you allow yourself to melt gently under this soft golden light, releasing all the brunts and the burdens. To continue your journey as you connect to the eternal consciousness and the prime resource energy. Collect all your personal thoughts and energies wherever they are scattered in the universe. See them entering you, centering you. And when you feel centered, take another deep breath and we recite the affirmations, allowing every affirmation, every word to settle into your consciousness. I transform and transcend the belief that suffering is the only path to discovering my strength. I transform and transcend the belief that suffering is the only path to discovering my strength. I transform and transcend the belief that suffering is the only path to discovering my strength. I accept and embrace the wisdom that allows me to grow with ease and grace. I accept and embrace the wisdom that allows me to grow with ease and grace. I accept and embrace the wisdom that allows me to grow with ease and grace. With soul's love, I empower myself to choose awareness over unnecessary struggle. With soul's love, I empower myself to choose awareness over unnecessary struggle. Take a deep breath to retain it. I transform and transcend every unconscious attachment to pain as proof of my worth. I transform and transcend every unconscious attachment to pain as proof of my worth. I transform and transcend every unconscious attachment to pain as proof of my worth. I accept and embrace peaceful evolution as my natural way of being. I accept and embrace peaceful evolution as my natural way of being. I accept and embrace peaceful evolution as my natural way of being. With soul's love, I empower my life with joyful resilience. With soul's love, I empower my life with joyful resilience. With soul's love, I empower my life with joyful resilience. Take another deep breath to absorb it. I transform and transcend inherited beliefs that glorify sacrifice above balance. I transform and transcend inherited belief that glorifies sacrifice above balance. I transform and transcend inherited beliefs that glorify sacrifice or above balance. I accept and embrace harmony between giving and receiving. I accept and embrace harmony between giving and receiving. I accept harmony between giving and receiving. With soul's love, I empower myself to carry only what truly belongs to me. With soul's love, I empower myself to carry what truly belongs to me. With soul's love, I empower myself to carry what truly belongs to me. Take another deep breath to retain it. I transform and transcend victim consciousness in every form. I transform and transcend victim consciousness in every form. I transform and transcend victim consciousness in every form. I accept and embrace my divine sovereignty. I accept and embrace my divine sovereignty. I accept and embrace my divine sovereignty. With soul's love, I empower my choices with wisdom and courage. With soul's love, I empower my choices with wisdom and courage. With soul's love, I empower my choices with wisdom and courage. Take another deep breath to absorb it. I transform and transcend karmic and ancestral burdens that have completed their purpose. I transform and transcend karmic and ancestral burdens that have completed their purpose. I transform and transcend karmic and ancestral burdens that have completed their purpose. I accept and embrace freedom with gratitude. I accept and embrace freedom with gratitude. I accept and embrace freedom with gratitude. With soul's love, I empower future generations through conscious living. With soul's love, I empower future generations with conscious living. With soul's love, I empower future generations with conscious living. Take another deep breath to retain it. I transform and transcend fear disguised as responsibility. I transform and transcend fear disguised as responsibility. I transform and transcend fear disguised as responsibility. I accept and embrace healthy boundaries with compassion. I accept and embrace healthy boundaries with compassion. I accept and embrace healthy boundaries with compassion. With soul's love, I empower every relationship through fairness and mutual respect. With soul's love, I empower every relationship through fairness and mutual respect. With soul's love, I empower every relationship through fairness and mutual respect. Take another deep breath to retain it. I transform and transcend emotional exhaustion. I transform and transcend emotional exhaustion. I transform and transcend emotional exhaustion. I accept and embrace replenishment through stillness and self-love. I accept and embrace replenishment through stillness and self-love. I accept and embrace replenishment through stillness and self-love. With soul's love, I empower my body, mind, and soul to flourish effortlessly. With soul's love, I empower my body, mind, and soul to flourish effortlessly. With soul's love, I empower my body, mind, and soul to flourish effortlessly. Take another deep breath to absorb it. I transform and transcend the need to rescue everyone around me. I transform and transcend the need to rescue everyone around me. I transform and transcend the need to rescue everyone around me. I accept and embrace trust in every soul's divine individual journey. I accept and embrace trust in every soul's divine individual journey. I accept and embrace trust in every soul's divine individual journey. With soul's love, I empower others by allowing them to discover their own strength. With soul's love, I empower others by allowing them to discover their own strength. With soul's love, I empower others by allowing them to discover their own strengths. Take another deep breath to absorb it. I transform and transcend every belief that my worth must be earned through sacrifice. I transform and transcend every belief that my worth must be earned through sacrifice. I transform and transcend every belief that my worth must be earned through sacrifice. I accept and embrace my inherent value. I accept and embrace my inherent value. I accept and embrace my inherent value. I empower myself with soul's love. I empower myself to live with dignity, balance, and self-love. With soul's love, I empower myself to live with dignity, balance, and self-love. With soul's love, I empower myself to live with dignity, balance, and self-love. Now take a very deep breath to retain it. And now, put your palms on your lap, facing upwards for the last set of affirmations. Take a deep breath and say, I transform and transcend resistance to graceful living. I transform and transcend resistance to grateful living. I transform and transcend resistance to graceful living. I accept and embrace the infinite intelligence of my higher consciousness. I accept and embrace the infinite intelligence of my higher consciousness. I accept and embrace the infinite intelligence of my higher consciousness. With soul's love, I empower myself to strengthen with ease and joy. With soul's love, I empower myself to strengthen with ease and joy. With soul's love, I empower myself to strengthen with ease and joy. Now allow these words to become silence. No effort, no thinking, just breathe. Imagine standing beside a gently flowing river, and in your hands there are many stones. Each stone represents a brunt that you have been carrying. One by one, look at each stone. Ask yourself, is this truly mine? If it is, hold it close with love. If it is not, place it gently in the flowing river, not throwing it away, not rejecting anyone, simply returning it to the wisdom of the universe. Watch the river receive it effortlessly. No resistance, no guilt, no fear, just divine order being restored. Feel your hands becoming lighter. Feel your shoulders softening. Feel your heart expanding as you gently place the stones in the river. And notice how much lighter you are feeling and also how much space is now available for joy. And now your higher consciousness would like to remind you, you were never created to become the permanent carrier of everyone else's destiny. You were created to become a light. A light does not carry darkness, it illuminates the way. The greatest act of love is not always doing more. Sometimes, the greatest act of love is trusting another soul enough to walk its own path. Today, release the need to prove your strength through suffering. Choose instead the quiet confidence of conscious living. Choose grace. Choose balance. Choose peace. And take one final deep breath in and receive this truth in every cell, every fiber, every muscle, every tissue, every organ, every system, and every chakra of your body. Exhale slowly, letting your body relax. And together, let us affirm the mantra of the day, which you can say loudly to yourself too. I choose to strengthen myself with ease and joy. I choose to strengthen myself with ease and joy. I choose to strengthen myself with ease and joy. May your strength no longer be measured by the weight you carry, but by the wisdom with which you choose what to carry. May every burden find its rightful place. May every step become lighter. May every choice become more conscious. And may your journey forward be guided not by suffering, but by awareness, wisdom, ease, and grace. And now, just express your gratitude to the masters, to the universe, to radical consciousness and Atman for bringing this tool, this healing, for us all to be part of it and understand our lives in an easier and gentler manner. Thank yourself for allowing yourself to understand with wisdom, grace, and awareness that brunts and burdens are not yours to carry. And with that, take another deep breath. Rub your palms together. Massage your scalp. Cup your eyes. Massage your face, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your body. your legs, your feet. See the alignment happening with the light of the golden light which is there with you. See yourself synchronizing to awareness, wisdom, and grace, and your own strength. And when you feel completely aligned and grounded, come back in the here and now and open your eyes. Thank you, Sagri. Any thoughts, any feelings, any questions?
Thank you, Arati. This is something I've been working on with myself also. And your recitation, your explanations, and everything has made it that much easier. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Usha. Yeah. Anyone would like?
Thank you, ma'am. It was so amazing. Excellent. We all are carrying these burdens and we never knew how to shed it. We were doing it, but this was awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Especially as mothers,
Yes.
we
Yes.
would tend to carry a lot.
Yes, it
Thank
is.
you.
And I have seen even women who are senior citizens still carrying the burden of trying to take care of their 50-year-olds. Hello, we don't need it. They have to live their life and they have to learn from that. They have to fall down to rise. You can't be their protector. You can just be
Absolutely.
the role play that
Absolutely.
you have, and that is of a mother. And a mother nourishes, yes. A mother nurtures, yes. A mother guides till the point that they need guidance, holding their hand to go out in the world, yes. And then they have to make their own journey. You can be a spine, a support system, not leading their lives and taking off their burdens. I know of many people, that the children suddenly are short in finance. And the parents go all out of their way to keep providing to them. Why? They have to learn. It may pain you, yes, to see a child in trouble. But that's their journey and they have to learn, because this feeling that, oh, my parents are there, no, they'll give it every time. No problem. Yes, it is a problem. Because the day comes when you are no longer there, how are they going to manage their life? Even the best of industries, I know the industrial magnates allow and maybe make their children work at the shop floor level to start, even if they may be well educated. Till education, yes, you provided everything for them. But then onwards, they have to lead their life and learn how to live life. Again, I go back to nature. The birds, they lay their nest, the eggs, nurture them, teach them, feed them, teach them, and make them learn to fly. And the day they learn to fly, they're gone. The mother bird doesn't cry. She flies too. And she flies off and they fly off. That's what it should be. No burdens, no brunts. And we have to really unlearn a lot of things to be able to do this. Thank you, Usha, for your points. Yes, Revati?
It is a much needed poem. And every word, every sentence, it struck a chord. And I'm very happy that, and I'm going to be revisiting this video again and again because it is going to be like a Gita
Right.
for me.
I-
Because every part of it applies to my life. Every
Right.
part of it.
Right. I think it
So it was
applies
much
to most
needed.
of us.
Yeah,
We all
correct.
carry burdens, and
Yeah.
sometimes only the percentage may vary. And you'll realize the more you let go of your burdens, your brunts and burdens, you feel lighter, you feel better, you feel
So true.
stronger, you feel happier. And you want to do more for your, whoever you want to do for, without taking it as a responsibility. You do it out of love then.
Correct.
And that's the difference. And when the love energy is going out, imagine how the world will be. It will be a much better place. Correct?
And when you give the example of the birds, people might when I give this, my client says, "Oh, bird's life is easy, our life is not." I tell them there are enough predators in their world also.
Absolutely.
Yet the mother pushes the birds out, and yet they climb. So
Absolutely.
there is some similarity in every life. Only the percentage or whatever the intensity might differ,
Yeah,
but the dangers remain the same in every what is in every world.
absolutely.
Hmm.
And for me, my Gita is the, just looking at nature in all its forms and trying to understand everything. And I think I gave this example a long time ago. I don't know if it's okay, I'll repeat it. At one stage in my life, early in life, I was going through the most dramatically tragic circumstances one can imagine. Everything that could happen to a person was going wrong. It was literally like, I am a little ant and there's a whole mountain of burdens and responsibilities and traumas mostly on me. And I used to go to work. There used to be a bridge that you had to cross, come down, and take a U-turn into the inner lane to go to my office. Okay. So I used to drive down from there, and there was this tree that was growing there. I don't know why. I used to say hello tree to that particular tree every time while taking that curve into my lane. One day there was a miserable storm. And the next day, when I came to work, the tree was mangled and it had fallen, absolutely fallen from the center of the trunk. So, the jagged ends were out and the tree had fallen. And that day, something deeply traumatic had happened at home too. So when I was taken, I don't know what happened to me. I just stood there, I parked my car there and I howled my life out. I howled. Other colleagues whose cars were passing by, they saw and they didn't know what happened. They didn't stop. They knew maybe I needed my privacy. I howled and I howled. It was like the tree was my life, what has happened, blah, blah. And I told the tree, see, this is what we are going through, blah, blah. Went off. Couple of weeks later, every day I would say to the tree, it's okay, I'm with you. It's okay, I'm with you. Because it was me. And I felt, I'd found a partner in my pain. One day, as I turned, and as I just looked at the tree, from that mangled trunk, there was a small shoot which came out, delicate, green, tender, and beautiful. And I looked at it. It was the biggest message that I could have got from the universe. Again, I parked my car and I howled. Howled because that tree gave me strength, that growth, that, sprout literally made me realize that life is not over. You can still make it. You can still do it. You can still create. You can still lead or whatever. Just have that strength to rise again. And believe me, that has been my guide. Every time that I feel low, I go back to that shoot and that tree. That is all I do. I don't do anything else. I just go back to that tree which guided me. So, as I say, nature is the biggest guide. You have to learn to take the lessons from it. Yeah? You don't have to carry the burdens and brunts. The brunts are there. The mangled tree told me the brunts are there. But coming out of it was the biggest guidance. Yeah. Anyone else would like to share something? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it helps all of us in some way. Have a great day. Enjoy yourselves and see you tomorrow for lucid reading. Yeah. Bye bye.